Good morning and welcome back to the YouTube channel of Old Bloke Crypto on January 31, 2024. Referring to the chart from yesterday, and you can see, as I was mentioning about the 50 EMA, price was sitting just below that, and it was something to watch in case this was a deviation. 50 EMA being very important, second only to the 200 EMA down there. So you can see this extensive price action over the last 3 months, respecting the 50 EMA, it's dipped below. What was going to happen subsequently? As I said, we need to watch it. And so today, a day later, on the 31st, it's closed. And let's have a look what's happened. There's the 50 EMA, and the entire candle body has closed above that level, which is indicative that this here was a deviation and not a bull trap. And this is one of the things I was mentioning in the YouTube video yesterday and also on Twitter, that you never take one indicator as the gospel truth. What you do is you look at multiple indicators and look for invalidations of your considered position. This, for example, here being an invalidation of the bull trap. So we've got here, we're above and have completed, very important, the entire green candle above the 50 EMA. Subsequently, we've come back a little bit, and I'll explain that has been a liquidity grab by the market makers, taking the over keen and over leveraged longs that have subsequently come in, have taken them out. So I'll show you that in just a minute. And here we go. We've come back from a high of 23.92 to currently 23.41 or thereabouts. I'll just refresh that. And we've had, and I just tweeted about this, we had a number of big spikes that have been grabbed down around this level, and there's still some more. And as I said, we could get around that 23.20 before price reverses, but it's a common thing that you see early on when you have got a reversal like we see on the daily for Ethereum, where we've invalidated and we have now broken back to the upside. It's quite common to see that price come back a little bit before continuing on to the upside. And what that does is it grabs this retail liquidity, which comes right back in here behind the price action, grabs it, and then bounces back up to the upside again. So I'm expecting after this liquidity grab today, we're in the Asian session now, which has not been doing a whole lot lately. So in the Asian and even the UK session, could see a whole lot of not much before we go again in the US session, and we're only 18 hours away from Jerome Powell's press conference after the interest rate decision by the FOMC. And looking at and this is another reason why I say it's more likely to go to the upside. These are our liquidations, now our charts. And this here, this size 3 green bubble, when it's time to exit the trade and we're getting the liquidity taken out by the market makers, fully taken out, and expecting price to reverse on the daily, even though this is a 1 hour chart, what happens is I get 2 of these size 3 green bubbles. Haven't got that, just like here. And as you'll see here, price just dawdled along. There was some liquidations taken like I've just shown you, but nothing to indicate a trend reversal. And we dawdled along and up we went. And the same thing here. I've come back a little bit to grab that liquidity, and then I'm expecting again for us to continue on to the upside in the US session coming today. So it's certainly not a position to close out a trade. In fact, I have just this morning added another 5 ETH to my high time frame long position, because in my opinion, we're going to get a continuation now to the upside on the daily. And what the heck is this chart? This chart is a very exciting one, and this is on the 1 hour time frame. Have a look at the yellow line, which is a 200 EMA. Have a look at the light blue line, the 50. And I was saying the other day, I put a video on YouTube about Bitcoin, which I don't often do, but it was important because it was a seriously important indicator, had flipped bearish to bullish. And the same thing is now happening with Ethereum. And that is, as you can see, the 50 has been below the 200 for a long time. Let's see, go right back here, way back. We're going back into last year. Anyway, point is, this is quite a reliable indicator. You don't hang your hat on one indicator, as I've said repeatedly, but this is a reliable indicator which can be used as confirmation of where we're going. And you'll see that after being in this 200 above the 50 EMA, all of a sudden it's crossed on the H1. And when that happens, it's a good indicator that the trend has reversed. Now, again, not using that to trade in and of itself, but is a confluence, and is another reason why on the balance of probabilities, and trading is always probabilities, of course, I have added those 5 ETH to my high time frame position today. So very exciting, especially with Uncle Jerry having his press conference and the interest rate decision coming up. It's always an exciting time every 6 weeks or so. But for me, high time frame Ethereum is going to move to the upside. Now, just a contraindication, as you'll see on the daily chart, the ETH BTC ratio is still below its 50 EMA. However, with that nice green candle yesterday, it's come up a little bit, moving back towards the 50 EMA. Now, that is not enough for me to invalidate and not take the trade. However, it is something that I'm watching, keeping an eye on. For example, if this rolled back over and continue on to the downside, that would be concerning for me and the market as a whole, indeed. Obviously keeping an eye on that. But as I said, expecting price to continue on now to the upside, and that will be over the next few days at least. And where am I expecting it to continue on to? I'm expecting it to continue on to take out these yearly highs, which is currently 23.92, I believe. Let me see here. No, that's not correct. I'll try that again. Getting too excited about the price action. Yes, let's try that again. This old bloke's getting too excited. On the daily time frame here, we are looking at yearly highs of 27.20. I'm expecting it to go to at least that high and perhaps even get to 2,800. But if it does get to 2,700, that'll do me, and I'll close out this high time frame long and then reevaluate. This is Old Bloke Crypto in the video that is not financial advice, never is. Please click on the like button and the subscribe button. Thanks for tuning in, and I will be back with another video shortly. Safe trading.